Welcome back to my LEGO vlog from the new brickitect studio, which is still under construction, as you can see behind me. In this video, I wanted to share with you a LEGO haul, but this isn't just any regular haul. This was a monster haul and my biggest haul that I've ever made. Just to give you the backstory on this, it was back in July. As you know, I've been kind of going through this moving transition for a couple months now, but back in July, I walked into my local Walmart, which just a typical day. I didn't think much of it, but I was picking up something small, and I went over to the LEGO aisle just to see what they have on sale or on clearance, because their prices don't beat Amazon. That's where I typically get my stuff. So if they usually have something on clearance, I'll pick it up, but it's so rare. But this one time I go through, and the entire aisle is on clearance. My mind was blown. Everything was on sale. I'm assuming it was because June had just passed and some of the new sets were coming out, and they wanted to clear everything out. So I was like, I got to take advantage of this. So I went and got a cart and I filled it up. I'll show you what I picked up here. I got 3 bags of stuff that it's just been sitting around, actually moved with me, and I thought it'd be fun to go through all this with you. In fact, I did a little bit of recon. I took my receipt and I went through and marked all the prices that I got everything for, because I can't remember back that far. And I also marked down the MSRP so you can see what kind of deal I got. So without any further ado, I think it'd be fun to kind of go through this. So let's start with this bag here, the smallest one. Here's my first set. This is LEGO Creator 31027, and it is titled Blue Racer. This is just a very small set. Picked this up for $4. MSRP is $6.99. So a little bit of a deal there. That's just one of the smaller ones. Now, we got a lot of Star Wars stuff here. Starting with this. This is set 75034, titled Death Star Troopers, and this is regularly $12.99. I picked it up for $9. So again, smaller sets, you don't see much of a savings, but again, that's like 33% or so. Next, we move on to another Star Wars set. This is 75049 Snowspeeder. This is a set that I had really wanted for a long time. I've been checking it out for a while. It's usually $29.99. I picked it up for $21, which I think is a great deal, and I'm stoked about this set. That's so awesome to get that. Now we move on to another category. You got another theme, 74011. This is LEGO Pirates Treasure Island. The reason I wanted this set so bad is because back in the early 90s, I loved the pirate sets. In fact, one of my first Minifig Mondays was a Pirates minifigure, and this, to me, it kind of takes me back to my childhood, and that's why I really wanted it. This retails for $19.99. I picked it up for $15, so that's 25% off. I think it's going to be a fun set. I love that skull on the front there. So that was a good pickup. Next, we move on to another set that I wanted for quite a while. This is from the LEGO Movie. This is more or less just a minifigure pack. This is 70818 double-decker couch. And I wanted this because I wanted all the minifigures from the set. And I didn't want to pick up some of the LEGO Movie sets just because I don't think they're that great, but I did want all the minifigures from it. And this has allowed me to do that. So I wanted this ever since I saw it. This is usually $14.99. I picked this up for $11. So again, pretty similar price cuts across the board. Now we get into my favorite theme, LEGO Creator. This is 31035. This is Beach Hut. This isn't my favorite Beach Hut, but I couldn't pass on it just because it was on sale, and I love adding these Creator pieces to my collection. This is $29.99. Usually I picked it up for $21, so that's a pretty good deal. The bigger the set, the more you save, and I think that'll be a fun build. Now, hey, let's just go on to the biggest thing that I got. Look at this monster right here. This is 75052 Mos Eisley Cantina from Star Wars. This is usually $69.99, and it's actually getting harder and harder to find. I picked this up for $49, so again, a pretty good deal. I love this set for just the variation. You got the building, you got the animals, you got the vehicles, all kinds of stuff, and you got lots of minifigures that come with this too, which is pretty cool. So that was a bigger set, and that's going to be a fun build. Why stop there with the LEGO Star Wars stuff? Here we got another one. This is 75045. This is the Republic AV-7 anti-vehicle cannon. I just like the way this looked. I didn't remember this from the original Star Wars movie, but I believe that it was in there, and I just thought that was a cool set. So this was usually $49.99. I picked that up for $30. So $20 off. And again, this was one that I looked up. I did a lot of research while I was at the store there when I was buying these, and this is one of the ones that was getting harder to find as well, so I thought it'd be nice to add to the collection, even though I'm just going to open it up. Then we got one more thing here, back to the creators again. This is 31036. This is Toy and Grocery Shop. This is one that I really wanted, actually, and I was happy to find it. Not a huge savings on this. It went from $39.99 down to $30, so a $10 savings. Again, about 25% off. And that is pretty much everything. So pretty much all of the sets from the MSRP were between 25 and I'll say 35% off, which is a pretty good deal. To show you what my total expenditure was, here's my receipt. It came out to, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it was $201.40. So I spent $200, and it was kind of cool being there because like there was these other kids in the aisle, like younger kids, and I was just filling this cart with all this stuff, and they're like, "Are you gonna buy all that stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm buying it." And I told them about my YouTube channel, and they were all stoked. They said they watch Lego stuff on YouTube, so maybe I got some new viewers, and maybe they're watching this right now. They're probably wondering why this video wasn't uploaded 4 months ago, but I'm back in business now, and I've got just a ton of sets here to build up, and I think it's gonna be a blast. I mean, this is not even half of them. But I'm going to build all this stuff, and I'm going to be sharing it all with you in my Lego vlogs, sharing my experience like I always do. And I'm glad to have you along. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, which will probably feature one of these sets.